Hey guys, Al here, Vitalize Seed. As I told you, I want to do a couple videos on soil sampling. I found this image here on Google and I thought it did a good job of showing some different techniques. So right above my head here is a soil probe. The other one is clearly a shovel using a soil sample. So one of the biggest things with soil sampling, guys, is making sure that we're consistent. So we want to reduce as many variables to soil sampling as possible. That's why I don't love taking a shovel sample, because when you take a shovel and you throw it in a bucket, are you guaranteeing that you're getting the same amount of top inch, middle, lower, etc.? When you use a soil probe, it's the diameter, everything's controlled. So your diameter of that soil probe is going to be the same. So when you stick that down, you're getting the same amount of inch, second inch, third inch, fourth inch, so on. The other thing is it allows you to totally control your depth. So I mark my soil probe at 6 inches. Neil Kinsey, I think, recommends 6 3/4 inch. But for most people, if you just set it at a consistent depth, 6 inches, that gives us at least a very good starting point. We can then make sure that we're getting the same depth, same obviously width or circumference every single time we stick that into the soil, and then we can add that to our bucket. The next thing I like to do is to make sure that we're taking soil samples at the same time of year. So on my farm, I try to take them always around April. There's some variability to that if you have a problem area or something, but for the most part, if we're looking for consistency year over year, we want to take them same time of year. The reason for that is, of course, rainfall, microbial activity, decomposition, organic matter mineralization. All of these things are occurring throughout the year. So if you're taking them at different times and then comparing them, it's somewhat like comparing apples to oranges. The next thing that I like to make sure people do is I like to take my soil samples at no greater rate than 1 acre, or no greater size, I should say, than 1 acre. And then within that 1 acre, use GPS coordinates. I mean, today there's Onyx, there's Google Maps, and several other, I'm sure that I'm unaware of, that you can use GPS coordinates to mark exactly where within that 1 acre grid or field, or however you want to define it, you're taking those. Another option is just a T-post or some type of landmark, PVC pipe. You can put 4 or 5 in there, 4 corners and 2 in the middle or something like that. And then around those posts or around those GPS coordinates, if you're using GPS on your phone, you can then take those samples, again, keeping it at the same time of year and same depth. When you do that, you will start to see tighter and tighter and tighter consistency in your soil sampling results. The last item, like I mention often, we use Ward labs. Find a lab that you like and stick with them. That's my recommendation. Obviously, I'm going to always recommend Ward. They've been great to me. I like how they outline their their data. I like the consistency that I've seen in their data over the last 5-6 years that I've been using them. But if you find a lab that you like, stick with them, as long as going back to the other video, they give you all the data that you need, and then try to tighten down your sampling procedures, and you're going to get much more consistent and better results next time you send in your soil test. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. VitalizeSeed.com.